What's cracking, man? What it do, man? It's Laker Gang TV, man. Fuck the intro. We here with it, man. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to get to today on the show. It's a lot going on in the fucking free agency. It's a lot happening right now. And for one time in a long time, the Raiders fucking have impressed me in the first round of free agency. But anyway, before we get to that, man, let's start off how we normally start off with. This is being sponsored by Drippy Whips. You already know. Come get your whip game up. Get your shit together. I just sold a Porsche today. Just sold a Porsche today. Quit playing with yourself, man. Start studying like your daddy and quit bullshitting like your granny, man. So we can get straight into it. Free agency, specifically Josh Jacobs. My guy, Josh Jacobs, man. It's real fucking tough for me to see Josh Jacobs leave, but at the same time, I understand why he left. And Raider Nation, y'all just won't realize how big he was for us until, of course, you don't realize what you have until it's gone, right? So basically, what Josh Jacobs has done for the Raiders over his 5 year career is put up 5,545 rushing yards, 46 touchdowns, and he ran for 1,000 yards 3 out of 5 years. If I'm correct, he's the only Raider running back to have back-to-back 1,000 yard seasons besides a guy you might have heard of named Marcus Allen. So let's not shit on Josh Jacobs. Let's not act like he's easily replaceable. Let's not act like he ain't shit and all this little bullshit people love to do. Because I hate to do that shit. And that ain't Raider Nation. Let's not do that, Raider Nation. So he got the fuck off. Had a great Raider career. Unfortunately, it's cut short due to the fact that we don't want to pay him. The Raiders don't want to pay him. Now, when you look at everybody else, you look at the running back market. Matter of fact, let me look and tell y'all who got signed this season. Shit, not even this season, just yesterday in the free agent market as far as running backs. I mean, the running back market was ridiculous. And I told everybody that Josh Jacobs was the number one running back in the free agency pool. So that's why I didn't understand why the Raiders couldn't find a way to keep him. But at the same time, once Telesco came out and said that they're going to a three-back system, you can't expect Josh Jacobs to get paid. You can't. And I'm pretty sure he already knew that. Josh Jacobs knew he wasn't getting paid once Telesco started talking about this three-back system and not really having a lead horse or a lead back. So these are the running backs who just got signed today in free agency. All right. You got the fucking shit, was it today or was it yesterday? I'm high. I think it was yesterday. Y'all know when it started. But look, Derrick Henry, Baltimore Ravens, Aaron Jones, Minnesota Vikings, Joe Mixon. That's who I was hoping the Raiders was gonna go get. If you let Josh Jacobs go, fuck, it would be nice to get Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon goes to the Texans. Zach Moss goes to the Bengals. Saquon Barkley. Man, Saquon Barkley is crazy. Saquon Barkley goes to the fucking Philadelphia Eagles. So he stays in the NFC East. Josh Jacobs, my favorite fucking running back. He ends up in Green Bay. Austin Eckler, he ends up in the Commanders. Tony Pollard, he ends up on the Titans. That's interesting. And then DeAndre Swift, he ends up in Chicago, where I thought Josh Jacobs was going. And then you got Gus Edwards. Wow, I didn't see that till just right now. Gus Edwards goes to the Chargers. I fucking hate that move. I fucking do not like Gus Edwards with the Chargers at all. I don't like that move at all. But basically, out of all of these running backs, guess who got paid the most? It's Josh Jacobs. He got paid $44 million from the Green Bay Packers. So he got what he deserved. I'm happy he got paid. And let's not forget what Antonio Pierce called Josh Jacobs. He wasn't saying this shit for laughs. He wasn't saying this shit for giggles. He wasn't saying this shit just to say the shit. But Josh Jacobs, the heart of the team, the heart of this Raider team. And it's really Josh Jacobs, Max Crosby. But now that Josh is gone, we're going to have to figure something else out. So when I look at all those running backs who were available in free agency, once you decide not to bring back Josh Jacobs, you got to look at the pool, right? So I'm looking at all of these running backs who all got signed to much less than what Josh Jacobs was asking for because he got paid the most. And interesting enough, the Raiders didn't kick the tires on any of these guys. I would hope they would get a Joe Mixon for petty cash. I was hoping they would even get a Derrick Henry for petty cash, or really a young DeAndre Swift for petty cash. But we didn't get any of these guys, so that tells me that we're gonna be coming through with Zamir White and we just might be drafting the running back in the NFL in the draft because there's nobody left. Who the fuck you gonna bring in? I mean, because Zamir White and Amir Abdullah ain't finna do shit for you. I'm gonna be real with you right now. Let's not pretend. Let's not even play around. Zamir White and Amir Abdullah is not what the fuck you need. So what they got to do is try to find another gem in the draft, that running back, maybe in the 5th or 6th round. I haven't watched a lot of these college running backs this season, so I can't throw no names out there. But to me, they must be looking in the draft to get another running back to add to it because, like I keep telling everybody, as much as I like Zamir White and he reminds me of Josh Jacobs, he's had fucking 3 ACL injuries, 3. He had 1 in high school, and I think he's had 2 in college. So that's not to be nothing you're going to sneeze at. You know what I mean? That's a fucking big deal. So we didn't get into the free agency mix with the running back. So that tells me we must be drafting the back, most likely late in the 5th round, 6th round, something like that. But like I said earlier, if y'all follow me on TikTok, man, it was a sad day for Raider Nation, you know, because Josh Jacobs was that guy, man. We drafted him. We need to take more pride in guys we draft. We drafted him, and he became what we was hoping he was going to become. And like I said, we had no running game since Latavius Murray. He put up 1,000-yard season. He had 1. Justin Fargas, I don't think he even had 1. Like we haven't had a lot of success at the running game and running back position in years. So trust me, Josh Jacobs will be missed unless we really, really hit on something in the draft here. Now I want to talk about free agency now as far as our biggest pickup. Last season, I was fucking pissed. If anybody follows me on here, y'all checking me out. Last season, y'all know I was pissed off because in the first round of free agency, you had a Hargrave available defensive tackle, and everybody knows that Max Crosby been needing help on the defensive line, specifically at the defensive tackle position. So last season, when the first person we fucking signed was Jimmy Garoppolo, I fucking lost my mind because I'm like, what are we fucking doing when we need a defensive tackle? And then the draft came. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe we'll go ahead and we'll get Jalen Carter, the best defensive tackle available. And of course, we didn't do that either. So I was pissed off about that. Real fucking pissed. So this season, I like that we actually went and got the guy. Like, you think you're going to fucking get good by not spending money? Spend the fucking money. What the fuck you going to do with it? Spend the fucking money. And this season, we went and spent the money. We went and gave Chris Wilkins 84 guaranteed. Now, anybody who's watching the market knows that he was projected to get about 74, 72, 70 guaranteed. So the Raiders technically overpaid for him, right? They overpaid. But to me, I'm not mad about them overpaying for this because it's them trying to fucking say, we know what we have to do. Let's get right to it and do it. And they went ahead and they gave that help to Max Crosby because what Chris Wilkins did last season, right? I'm not sure who's really around him in Miami. I know Phillips is over there, but they don't really have a dominant guy on the line, right? Chris Wilkins is the dominant guy on the line. He's doing it from the D tackle position. So he gets 9 sacks last season. Now, I haven't seen the defensive tackle get 9 sacks since Aaron Donald, Warren Sapp. Your defensive tackles don't get 9 sacks very often. So that was huge to me. But what tripped me out is he didn't make the Pro Bowl with that. He didn't get into the Pro Bowl. But like I said, the Raiders gave him 84 mil guaranteed, which is a lot of money, but his impact will be immediately felt. Y'all can mark it down right now. What's today? March 12th. Mark it down today. If y'all watching this shit, mark it down today. Chris Wilkins will make his first Pro Bowl next season, right next to Max Crosby. I'm going to say it again. Chris Wilkins will make his first Pro Bowl next season with Max Crosby. He will have his best season. He's going to be fucking amazing because what do you do? What do? You're going to double team Max Crosby every time. But now when you do that, you're going to have Wilkins coming dead up the middle. Pure speed and power and technique. Not to mention on the other side, you got Malcolm Kuntz. And everybody see what Malcolm Kuntz is turning into a real player. He's starting to look a lot like a fucking Khalil Mack kind of player. He's coming off the edge. He's bendy, and he's still learning. He's really getting his first opportunity now that Josh McPuss is gone. So I'm picturing Malcolm Kuntz. He's going to be a Pro Bowler as well. He's going to have Pro Bowl numbers. So you have Malcolm Kuntz on one side. He's going to give you close to double-digit sacks, maybe double-digit. He's going to be right there. You know Max is giving you double-digit sacks. And then you got Wilkins, who's coming up the middle. He's bruh, where you gonna step up, Mahomes? Where are these guys stepping up at? Like, this is huge for the Raiders. This is the most excited I've been about our defense in a very, 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 very long time. And like I said, yeah, we overpaid for Chris Wilkins, but for it was the need. It's what we needed. You know what I mean? Everybody don't need to overpay. It's not like overpaying for a QB, but this is what the Raiders really, really needed was a defensive tackle who can play the run well, who can play the pass, and who's disruptive. He's fucking strong. And if you ever watch them fucking mic'd up, you'll see him and Max Crosby about to go crazy. These guys have a similar personality. They talk a lot of wild shit on the field. They out there having a lot of fun. So I'm real fucking excited about Chris Wilkins. Real fucking excited about Chris Wilkins being in the mix with Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby. Now the question is, what are we doing with Tyree Wilson? Are they gonna have Tyree Wilson on the inside with him? That's the question. Because to me, if Tyree's gonna play on the inside, he got to bulk up. He got to bulk up some. He got to get a little bit bigger if he's gonna be on the inside. But I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be an inside or if he's going to be a rotational player on the outside with Malcolm Kuntz. But all I know is this defensive line is coming together, and I want to see what the fuck is going down. And I wouldn't be mad if we went out there and tried to grab Armstead. I don't know if somebody grabbed him already. Y'all know if anybody grabbed Armstead? Let me see. I don't know if anyone grabbed him. Let me see. 49ers reported plan release. Armstead declined significant payout. 49ers signed former. Okay, so he ain't got released yet. They're getting ready to release him. But yeah, if you're the Raiders, man, and you trying to show me that you're going for it, like right now, getting that defensive tackle shows me you're trying to go for it. But if you bring in Armstead to play D tackle next to Wilkins with Crosby and Kuntz, oh my fucking goodness. Now you really have something. Now you're talking a top 5 defense and now you don't have to worry about how good your corners are on the back end because the fucking D line will be so fucking dominant and so good. So I'm really fucking excited to see how that shit goes. And like I said, it's the first time in years, Raider Nation, that we've really looked forward to the Raiders defensive season. So now, since we talk about defense, we got to go to the other side of the ball. Another thing we did in our offseason so far in free agency, we brought in a QB. Now, if anybody, like I said, if y'all follow me, man, on Instagram, on TikTok, y'all know I like Jameis Winston. Now, Jameis Winston just signed with the Cleveland Browns today. I don't know how much he signed for, but I'm pretty sure it was less than what we signed our guy to. And what we went ahead and we signed Gardner Minshew. We signed the mustache, right? I get it. He's young, whatever. He's only thing I can say about Gardner Minshew. I hope he never fucking plays. You hear me, Raider Nation? I hope Gardner Minshew never fucking plays. If Gardner Minshew fucking plays, that means something went terribly, horribly wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Because trust me, he's not brought in to be a starter. Have y'all seen Gardner Minshew? Let's be real. He looked decent against us because we was just not good. We were just not a good team at the time. But come on now, Gardner Minshew, let's see what he did last season, which was probably considered his best season of his career. Like, but like I said, he's 27. He's not brought here to be a starter. Like I said, if Gardner Minshew plays, if he plays a fucking a serious role on this team, something is not right. Something is not right at all. Let me see. I kept looking for his stats from last season. Let me see. I don't even see his fucking numbers. They wasn't impressive. Trust me, they was trash. They wasn't good. But the Indianapolis Colts, though, they got a good offensive line. They got Jonathan Taylor. They had Michael Pittman. The defense, you had DeForest Buckner. They got a fucking elite defense over there. So he was really surrounded and kind of just coddled in the pocket. He didn't make a whole lot of plays, but some games he did make some plays. I ain't gonna sit here and lie and try to shit on you, Minshew, because some games you did make plays. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see you. We don't want to see Gardner Minshew. If Gardner Minshew plays, like I said, that means something's went completely, terribly, horribly, utterly wrong. Period. Period. That's it. End of story. So we got Gardner Minshew in there to go along with Aiden O'Connell. Now, some of these guys, some people still like Aiden O'Connell. I'm cool with Aiden O'Connell. Like I said, he's a fourth round draft pick. He's just the backup now. Whatever. He may get traded later on. Who fucking knows? Okay, hold on. We got some motherfucking comment over there. Who knows? He may get traded. He may not. I don't fucking know, man. But yeah, 15 TDs. I mean, come on now. 15 TDs in 14 games. I'm good on that. So, like I said, I don't want to see Gardner Minshew play a fucking snap. If Gardner Minshew plays a snap, something went wrong. Like I said. Now we did lose a guy that I like a lot on the defensive side of the ball, and Amik Robertson. Now, Amik Robertson from Louisiana Tech, straight dog, right? He didn't really get the opportunities that he really needed under Josh McPuss, not the ones he really, really needed because Josh McDaniels always playing these weird games. He didn't let the defensive coaches do their thing. He didn't let any coaches do the things they want to do their way, apparently, is what they was coming out saying, right? But Amik was kind of he kind of came out last season. He kind of came out last season with stepping his game up. So I don't know if we offered him any money or not, or if he just went and tested free agency and was like, you know what, fuck it, I want to go to Detroit because it's a winning team. But he went there, went to Detroit, got 2 years, 21 million. And shit, I'm happy for him. Like I said, I ain't mad at these guys, man. This is a business. And if the Raiders don't lock you up, the Raiders, your team don't bring you in, guess what, man? You go somewhere else. Just like Josh Jacobs, man. They don't lock you in, you go somewhere else, man. It's the name of the game. And I ain't mad at Meek, man. He earned everything he got, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he out there in Detroit. Hopefully he fucking do his shit and continue to progress and make a name for himself. But you know, I'm upset about that too. Don't get me wrong though. Don't get me wrong, because he was coming into his own. And shit, we've been relying more on him than Nate Hobbs, because Nate Hobbs is a beast. He's a dog, but he stay hurt. He stay hurt. So we need a Meek. You know what I'm saying? We was needing a Meek. So now that's another hole that we gotta fill. I don't know if we're gonna fill it in free agency or if we're trying to look for a rookie out there in the second round, third round, who's a top corner. I don't know. If y'all know any top corners, man, y'all let me know. Hit a drop in the comments. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't really up on my college football as heavy this season. But yeah, I'm gonna miss a Meek, man. Hopefully we got a nice plan there because the guys that we let go, see, we let a Meek go. We let one of our Luminor trash ass. I'm cool on the Luminor anyway. So we got to fix that right tackle. We got to adjust that. We got to address that right tackle, and we got to address the cornerback position. And if you're a Raider fan, you know we always have to fucking address the linebacker position. Period. We got to do that. We got to do that. So, like I said, Amik Robertson goes. He gets 21 mil in Detroit. It is what it is. I ain't mad at him. Do your shit. Now, the fucking another thing I wanted to talk about is I read the story, which I normally don't read no stories from the fucking Los Angeles, San Diego Clipper Chargers. I normally don't read stories from any of these guys, any of that bullshit. But I read the story the other day, well, today actually, and this reporter, he was saying that he's Carson. He was saying that he's hearing that Justin Fields to the Raiders. That's what he's hearing. So right now, the current rumor is Justin Fields to the Raiders. But I'm hearing so many rumors about Justin Fields, brother. They try to make him a backup. They trying to act like he's super trash, like he's just fucking nothing. I'm like, man, this just dropped his value. You was already gonna get Justin Fields for a second round pick, but right now, it's all this backup talk. They trying to talk like he's Gardner Minshew. That's crazy to me. So to me, if you're the Raiders, I hope you are trying to pull the trigger. Why not? You can probably get Justin Fields for a third round pick. Why the fuck wouldn't you do that? If you can get Justin Fields for a third round pick, and then you bring him in with Devontae Adams, Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers, we still got Hunter Renfro. You bring him in with all these players, you can make some things happen. You can really make some shit happen. So, and some of y'all saying, well, what has Justin Fields done? He's fucking trash. He's this and that. Well, let's see what Justin Fields did last year. Like I said, with no offensive coordinator, no real weapons, no fucking anything. Nobody. You can't name two receivers over there in Chicago. You can't give me one player on the offensive line. That's how bad that team is. So last year he threw for 16 touchdowns. He threw 9 picks, but then he ran for 657 yards. So let's get this. Let's look at this. You throw for 2,500, right? You see at 16. Yeah, he threw for 2,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, 9 picks, and he ran for 657 yards. So you're running for almost 1,000 yards. You're throwing for almost 3,000 yards, and he had 4 rushing TDs. So when you take him off that sorry ass, trash ass team, and you put him in Las Vegas, you put him with AP, you put him with all of these weapons I just named. It's no way that he's not going to flourish. Now, only way if he doesn't flourish is if our offensive coordinator Luke Getzey, who I did not want, if he can't figure it out because he already had a chance with Justin Fields and he could not develop Justin Fields. And if you seen any of the stories when he was in Chicago, they even had to do like a little thing they put on this little act where the press was there and they act like they were hugging each other just to show that they got along. That's how ugly it got in Chicago. And don't forget he got fired in Chicago being offensive coordinator. So I look at Justin Fields. To me, he didn't really have a chance in Chicago. This guy to me is a good player. You put him with our weapons, you put him, and then gets you get a second chance to actually call a good game. You can call some quarterback runs. You can fucking actually have a second chance to make yourself a guru like everybody want to be. That's what everybody want to be. Everybody want to be a fucking guru. So this is your chance to be a fucking guru. Get yourself together, Getsy, in case we do that. Now, if the Raiders do not pull the trigger and get Justin Fields for a third round pick, which is crazy to me. If you can get a third round pick, you gotta do it. You gotta fucking do it. If not, you stand there in the first round and you try to get your guy who's fucking you try to get either Bo Nix, you try to get Penix. Like I like Penix. I don't know if he's worth a 13th overall pick. But then again, I don't know if he's worth you letting him go over your head and go to another team because he really got all the tools and he can be a real good fucking player. So the Raiders really they if they want to stay at one for a QB, they can still get a good one. But the top guys is gonna be gone. Jaden is gonna be gone. Caleb Williams, he's gonna be gone. Fucking Drake May, he's gonna be gone. The top guys are gonna be gone. But like I said, I do like Penix. I do like Bo Nix. I'm not sure if I like either one of those guys at 13, but I don't even know if they're even going to be there at 13 because all of these teams are QB needy right now. They're all QB needy. So I don't know how it's all gonna fucking pan out. But if they do make the Justin Fields trade, now you're able to get the very best player available in the first round at pick 13, right? At pick 13, you can get the best linebacker. I'm not sure who the top guys are. Like I said, y'all let me know who the top 20 guys are. You can get just the top 20 guy who's not a QB if you pull the trigger on Justin Fields. But if you're not interested in that shit, like I said, you have no interest in Justin Fields, then you say fuck it, you're gonna stand pat, then you gotta really get your guy at 13 or you gotta try to move up because like I said, all these teams need quarterbacks. Now the Falcons don't need a QB no more. They just went out and got Kirk Cousins, so that was big for them. But yeah, the Raiders gonna have to get their guy. And like I said, this Chargers reporter coming out saying he's hearing Justin Fields to the Raiders. Justin Fields to the Raiders. And like I said, if we can do that, that revamps Justin Fields' career, that revamps Luke Getzey's career, and that jump starts AP's career, and that puts him where he needs to be, which is in a winning position. And this team can finally take off and finally show its potential and not take a step back like it did the last 2 years with the previous regime, man, with the previous fucking regime. So we're gonna see what the rest of this free agency looks like for the Raiders, but so far so good. I'm not crazy about the Minshew signing. Like I said before, I ain't crazy about Minshew, but so far so good though for the Raiders, man. I'm still happy about how we started it off. I think that Chris Wilkins is going to be a huge addition to the team. I think that defense is going to continue to take steps forward. We got to keep our guys in place. Got to keep our guys in place, and such as Patrick Graham, because the team is turning the corner on defense. Now that's why that quarterback position is going to be everything. And AP, his whole job, man, his whole career, his whole future is lying on who he decides to go with at quarterback. That's going to tell his story. Josh McDaniel's story was Tim Tebow. Andy Reid's story was Patrick Mahomes. You see what I'm saying? So whoever he goes with is going to tell his story and is going to put him where he wants to be at or where he don't want to be. And with us as Raiders fans, we want this shit to work out. We want to get our guy and have this shit set for the next 10 years on what we're doing at the quarterback position, man. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. But that's all I got for tonight. So y'all tap back in, man. It's Raider Gang motherfucking TV. More Raider news. Hopefully I can come back tomorrow. I'm trying to get a set schedule, man. But my fucking life is mi vida loca right now. It's a lot of shit going on. But again, Raiders going in the right direction. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit the comment, subscribe, whatever the fuck, man. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. I'll follow y'all back. Just let me know y'all follow me from the podcast. And go ahead and hit that like I said, man. Much love. And y'all stay tuned. 9 o'clock. We got hood commentary coming up. I got my partners tapping in. We talking about the Lakers. We talking about Serena. We talking about the fucking NBA. We talking about it's a lot of things coming on, man. So make sure y'all tap in 9 o'clock hood commentary right here on this channel, the Sportsman. Like I said, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend's friend. All right, y'all. Holla at y'all in a minute, man. I'm about to like this clip, get my mind ready for this next show. One love.